Students in the School of Theater and Dance are showing off their abilities in a brand new event. Coming up, MCTV's Alyssa Emerson has an inside look at the first ever new play showcase.
Going to college can be a pricey commitment for most students. Luckily, there are ways to get your degree without destroying your financial future. MCTV's Rebecca Hinestrosa has the details on a special event that gave students options to go to class while minimizing their debt.
And the Texas Tech baseball team just finished up a midweek series, but did the Red Raiders end up in the win column? MCTV's Austin Seat will be in with scores and highlights from those games and more in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Cecy Garcia.
And I'm Jared Castellano. The Texas Tech School of Theater and Dance hosts dozens of performances every semester here on campus.
That's true, Jared, and most of those events consist of just one performance that lasts a couple of hours. But as MCTV's Alyssa Emerson shows us, a new option is giving multiple students a chance to showcase their skills during a day-long event.
Finals right around the corner, many students are looking for ways to de-stress. On Saturday, April 27th, the Script Raiders hosted their first ever new play showcase. The event took place from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Charles E. Machen Jr. Theater, located in the College of Visual and Performing Arts. The showcase featured 10 plays in 10 hours, and audience members were allowed to come and go as they pleased. The event provided students with an opportunity to have their scripts read in front of an audience and gave other students a chance to practice their acting in a relaxed environment.
I had this idea of something as a writer that I wanted to write, and so I wrote it and submitted it and got it in. The name of the play that I did was called The Last Goodbye.
I just got into acting this semester, so I just want more practice on stage. It's a low pressure situation, so it's not too much, and it's real quick, so.
Script Raiders host similar events throughout each semester, and they look forward to hosting more new play showcases in the semesters to come.
Yeah, so throughout the year we do play reading series, so we do full-length plays, one-act plays, 10-minute plays, and this was a great way to kind of actually do all of them. So I think our shortest play was 7 minutes, then we had one that was 75 minutes, so we kind of had the range, and then our last show was a show for young audiences, and then all the way up through college and regional theater audiences. So yeah, we look forward to doing it in the future as well.
To get more info on events hosted by the Script Raiders, follow them on Facebook at TTU Script Raiders. For MCTV, I'm Alyssa Emerson. Back to you.
Students passing through the Media and Communication building this week were given the opportunity to have some fun while learning about one of the college's 7 majors. AdWorld was a first-of-its-kind carnival held in the Media and Communication West First Floor Student Lounge. The event kicked off at 11 a.m. and was free for all students. The carnival featured multiple activities set up in the lounge with advertising-themed games. There were also booths featuring representatives and groups from the advertising department. Participants got tickets from each booth and activity that could be redeemed for free food and drinks. The AdWorld Carnival was organized by students in the department's advertising event branding class. After the class was divided into groups to create a proposal. AdWorld was the winning group's proposal, and it was chosen to help recruit and retain advertising students. Nearly 300 people attended yesterday's event, and plans are already being made to hold another carnival next year.
Even though the spring semester is almost over, some students may be feeling a little homesick after spending weeks or even months here in Lubbock. Luckily, one campus group had an option to help students connect with loved ones who are miles away. Yesterday, the Office of Parent and Family Relations hosted a postcard at home event in the sub across from Copy Mail. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., students passing by could stop, pick up a postcard, and fill it out with a special message to send back home. The postcards featured Texas Tech-themed graphics and photos, and multicolored pins were also provided to allow students to personalize their message. After students created their postcard, they could drop them off with representatives from Parent and Family Relations to be mailed after the event. Wednesday's Postcard to Home event was free for all students.
Members of the Lubbock business community recently took time out of their busy schedules to do some networking here on the Tech campus. The annual TTU Small Business Expo was held on Tuesday at the McKinsey Mercott Alumni Center. Starting at 8 a.m., small business owners, representatives from government agencies, and entrepreneurs came together for a chance to learn how to build strategic business partnerships. Attendees also had a chance to meet potential clients. The expo included multiple booths set up in the main ballroom where representatives from small businesses and other groups could share information about their company, show off their products, and even give out some swag. The theme of this year's expo was around the world, and it encouraged businesses to celebrate diversity and culture in the workplace. Those participating in the expo were also asked to wear clothing or design their booth to showcase different international cultures. The TTU Small Business Expo is held each year on campus in the spring.
It's been a pretty warm week here on the South Plains. After a mild start on Monday, temperatures climbed into the 80s on Tuesday and Wednesday.
That's true, Cecy, but we're already seeing some changes today, and it looks like that could continue into the weekend. Madison Hartin is here to join us now to look at what's ahead in our forecast. Madison?
Thanks, guys. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but it looks like outside today it's a little bit doomy and gloomy. We can see here from our MCTV tower cam that it's completely overcast right now over Benoski. If you've been walking around campus today, you can see that we have had a little bit of light drizzle right now, and that's only going to continue into tonight as we get some actual rain. Right now our high is around 63 degrees. It is cloudy and cool, and a wind coming from the northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. And then for tonight, the temperature is going to drop back down to around 52 degrees as those isolated thunderstorms start to roll in, and an easterly wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Looking at our little corner of Texas as a whole, we can see that for the most part for tomorrow, as that rain starts to continue to creep in, we're going to have some cooler temperatures than we've been having earlier in this week when the sun was out. Looks like our high temperatures are only going to be into the 60s, and the low temperatures are going to be dropping down to even colder because of all that cloud cover. Now, you might be thinking because of the rain that your allergies aren't going to be as bad. That's actually false. Whenever it rains, that causes pollen to bloom afterwards. So if your allergies are bad now, they're only going to get worse as the rain clears out. I'm sorry to tell you that, but allergies are really bad in Lubbock this time of year. It is the springtime. For tomorrow, we can see that it's going to be moving into a little bit of colder regions as the cloud cover is still here. For Friday, we have a high of 68, low of 52, and easterly wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And for Saturday, that's when the rain is going to start kicking up again. 50% chance of rain for the area, high of 74, low of 55, and an easterly wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. But then for Sunday, because it is Sunday, the sun is going to be peeking its head out again. High of 83, low 61, so a little bit warmer, and a southerly wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now, don't let the overcast skies keep you out. Even though it's going to be a little rainy, there still are plenty of events going on campus. I know if it doesn't get canceled due to weather, I'm definitely going to be going out to the softball game because the Lady Raiders are doing a good job. So despite the overcastness, make sure you get out and still explore Lubbock. It's still a great town. Or maybe use the cloudy weather to give you an excuse to stay in and study for your finals. Back to you.
Thanks, Madison. The cost of going to college has continued to rise, and many students struggle each semester to find ways to pay for their education.
MCTV's Rebecca Hinestrosa stopped by the West Hall Visitor Center last week to find out how several campus groups are coming together to help Texas Tech students earn their hours while saving some green.
Bites and Borrowing was an event hosted by Student Financial Aid and Scholarships, Red to Black, and Personal Finance.
So basically today we're doing Bites and Borrowing so you can get to know all of your resources on campus about your financial aid and scholarships. We're offering a $500 scholarship today once you complete 3 interactions at 3 of our different tables. We're also giving out some little freebies and snacks and things from our lenders such as SoFi, Sallie Mae, and other ones like Citizen One and Zigzag.
Students from all majors came together in West Hall Visitor Center to learn all things money, including borrowing options, strategies to minimize debt, and repayment options.
The event today is about bringing awareness to loan borrowing and how to minimize your loan debt or avoid default as a whole. My particular role here is to bring awareness to the individual loans that we have and that we offer, and then just bring awareness to students.
Students were also encouraged to enter a drawing for a $500 scholarship and the chance to win other great prizes.
We at Red to Black will meet with anyone one-on-one to go over any questions they may have that involve money. I like to say anything with a dollar sign in it, we can help.
With MCTV, this is Rebecca Hinestrosa.
The Texas Tech baseball team is only 2 conference series away from the Big 12 tournament.
But before the team finishes out the season, they still have a couple midweek contests to get through before the postseason begins. MCTV's Austin C. is in the studio with a look at how the Red Raiders fared this week and more in sports. Austin?
Thanks, Cecy and Jared. This week was a massive one for a lot of Texas Tech athletics. The first event of the week was a two-game non-conference competition between the 10th-ranked Red Raider baseball team against Rio Grande Valley on Tuesday. Game 1 kicked off with the Vaqueros scoring 5 runs in the second inning and not allowing Tech to recover. During the next 4 innings, the Red Raiders slowly began to come back with a run scored in the 3rd, 4th, and 6th innings, and even had runners in scoring position. However, Lady Luck was not on the Red Raiders' side this time. But in Game 2, the Red Raiders bounced back and won the game 19-11. After 2 innings, the Raiders were down 9-0, but after a crucial run scored by Holt, the Raiders came back to score 19 runs in 4 innings. With this win and a series sweep versus Oklahoma State, Tech improves their overall record to 30-14 and second in the Big 12. On Friday, the Red Raiders will travel to Norman, Oklahoma to continue Big 12 play against the Sooners. The first pitch is set for 6:30 on Friday, and you can watch it on Fox College Sports. Sticking with the Diamond, the softball team also had a midweek game this week facing New Mexico State in a doubleheader on Tuesday. The Lady Raiders took Game 1 against the Aggies with a 9-5 win. However, they failed to reproduce this in Game 2, losing 8-2. Brianna Russell and Heaven Burton led the team with 3 hits apiece, while Taylor Satchel and Carly Hamilton backed them up. Both Russell and fellow sophomore Trinity Edwards also got the long ball, plus Burton and Hamilton collected triples for the team. With the split, the Lady Raiders moved to 36-13 overall as they play Kentucky here at Rocky Johnson Field this Saturday. Moving on to tennis, some of Texas Tech men's student athletes, Bjorn Thompson, Ilgiz Valiv, and Parker Wynn, secured Big 12 accolades on Wednesday. Thompson and Wynn were selected to the All-Big 12 first team for their work in doubles play, and Wynn was also recognized on the second team for his work in singles, while sophomore Ilgiz Valiv was honored for his season at the number 3 position in singles. As an added bonus, both Thompson and Wynn have been selected to participate in the NCAA singles and doubles championship in May. Football season may be a ways away, but some good news struck the Tech locker room earlier this week. On Monday, redshirt freshman John Scott III was released from ICU at University Medical Center, although he still remains there for his recovery. During the night of the incident, Tech Athletics was notified and has since been in close contact with both the Scott family as well as physicians at UMC. On Sunday, the coaching staff held a meeting with team to discuss the traumatic incident that many student athletes witnessed on the night of the shooting. The team also met on Monday evening and were notified of Scott's improvement. On Tuesday, Texas Tech football released a statement on Twitter from Coach Will stating, quote, "We are glad to learn John had been released from the ICU yesterday. We told our players during a team meeting, and their faces immediately brightened up as they look forward to seeing their teammate and friend. Our program will continue to support John and his family as he begins his recovery, and we are thankful for the quality of care he has received since Saturday. We ask all Red Raiders to please keep John and his family in their continued thoughts and prayers." That's all for sports. Back to you, Cecy and Jared.
Thanks, Austin. So, Jared, can you believe that the last day of classes is only 3 days away?
I can't. We've been here for so long, and it's hard to believe that it's only 3 days away.
I agree. Well, that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check out ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you all next week.